Hi church, happy Friday. Welcome to today's digital devotion. We are continuing our devotional series on these lines from this blessing or this poem from the poet John O'Donohue. And today's is, may you find a harmony between your soul and your life. I love that one so much because there's this scene in Matthew 26 when Jesus is asking the disciples to come out and pray with him in the Garden of Gethsemane, and they want to so badly, and they try, and they want to stay awake with him because they know this is an important night, and he is very distressed, but they keep falling asleep. And there's this whole line of, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, that we often use in today's parlance. And I think that really speaks to this line, may you find a harmony between your soul and your life, because I think there often, for most of us, is a disconnect between what we want to do, be, and say as a human being who is a follower of Jesus Christ, and then what actually ends up happening with our hands, our feet, our mouth, our lives. And so that disconnect, I think, happens because we're human, we're flawed. Also, each day brings its own set of challenges. Each year in our life has a roller coaster ride of emotions and events and challenges and hardships and also joys. And so I think throughout all of that, we find ourselves, longing to or striving to maintain that spirit of discipleship, that spirit of being someone who follows Christ, but finding a harmony between what we really want to do and who we want to be and how we want to act in the world and how we want to respond to those challenges, and then actually putting those into practice is sometimes difficult.
Yeah, I actually, when I first heard that line, kind of had the flip side of that relationship where, for me, I sometimes feel as if I'm doing the activities that I want to be doing in my life, like trying to create space for something that I know is life-giving. But even while I'm doing that activity, outwardly, my soul is still in chaos, or my soul is still in turmoil and kind of out of control. Like I'm still feeling all of this anxiety, and I'm not allowing my soul to kind of experience the same sort of relaxation or life-giving moment that I'm outwardly going through the motions to do.
Okay.
And so I like that sometimes our life doesn't reflect what we know to be true in our soul, but also I feel like sometimes my soul I leave in chaos even if outwardly everything looks okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so I want that balance,
that
harmony.
kind of
be that harmony. I don't think that's easy to create harmony between your life and your soul.
Yeah. I think it takes effort, and I think it takes a conscientious decision every day. So I was talking to a church member recently, and we were talking about I was actually two church members, a couple, and we were talking about creating habits and trying to follow through by, even like a 2-minute habit could turn into like an hour habit every day. And that can go towards things like physical health, obviously, like meditating or eating well, making one good healthy eating choice a day, and then that can turn into one healthy meal, and that can turn into a whole day of healthy eating, and then a whole week, etc. But I think that also goes for spiritual health, that it can become, I'm just gonna sit and take 5 deep breaths and connect with the Spirit. Or I'm going to just say a quick prayer whenever I'm feeling anxiety or overwhelmed, and I'm just gonna let that communication with God stay open. I think it can be like small, intentional choices like that then build into bigger habits, longer habits, and a sustained way of being in the world.
Yeah, that's interesting. I found that to be really effective myself, to where if there's something I want to do or get done and it just is sitting for months at a time, if I kind of create a little regimen, like, okay, I'm gonna do this for 5 minutes a day. Totally manageable. You can do anything for 5 minutes a day. And then all of a sudden you build up those 5 minutes and you get that done, where otherwise you would have just let it go forever. So I like that idea of creating that harmony by just kind of like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of intentionality, and then all of a sudden there's a habit that's formed. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's our hope for
prayer.
You today, that you would find a harmony between your soul and your life.
Yeah, see you on Sunday,
See you in worship on Sunday.